Pledge, rich, bold, layered. So those are words that we hear over and over when people talk about this cigar that pretty much broke some records. Pledge came about because my father wanted to offer a special thank you to those consumers, retailers, and friends of the industry who have been part of our Casa Carrillo journey. He wanted to make something stronger, bolder, and fuller, and he found the perfect blend to do so. So I'm here today with the Inside the Blend series to talk about how this wrapper, binder, and filler work together to create this award-winning 98 rated cigar, Pledge Prequel, and the other cigars in the Pledge lineup, all with very high ratings and received very well by everyone in the industry. So let's start by talking about the wrapper. The wrapper in Pledge is a Connecticut Habano seed wrapper from the Connecticut River Valley. This is one of the most incredible places in the world for this wonderful wrapper and these wonderful tobaccos. And it's a beautiful experience to be able to use this wrapper. And for my father, it was specifically I guess, rewarding experience because he hadn't worked that much with a wrapper like this one before. So it is a little bit tricky when you start figuring out what is the binder and the filler's role in all of this. But let me start talking to you a little bit more about what happens when you first light up Pledge. So this wrapper gives Pledge its density and depth and gives it that unmistakable taste that stays with you. It's something where once you smoked Pledge, you're going to know this is what I'm going to be tasting because it's very distinct right when you light it up. And those tend to move about with flavors of, I guess, toasted oak, dark cocoa. I would say a subtle sweetness, and all of it just kind of evolves. I remember when I made the video about Pledge Prequel, I described it kind of like this tingle in your mouth where it's unmistakably bold, right? It's smooth yet bold, like you know something is going on right away when you light up Pledge. And it was a beautiful experience for me because of all of our cigars, I had never tried one that just kind of hit me like that, and just I was wowed. So that's part of what this wrapper does. Now, when you have a wrapper this bold, this strong, you want to make sure that the binder and filler do their work. So next, let me tell you what the binder does. The binder on Pledge is from Ecuador, and part of what the binder does is it allows the cigar to take on a kind of a different feel to it. It allows this seamless experience from the spark to the finish, where this oak and this subtle sweetness and these notes of cocoa come together in a way that is in some ways stable, right? It's not abrupt. It's a kind of a very delicate experience, and at the same time offers this aromatic strength. My dad's always talking about aromas. So the aroma that is offered by this Ecuadorian binder makes this experience not only beautiful one as you're smoking it, but just kind of what you're smelling as you go through smoking Pledge. And the binder also anchors the blend, right? So it allows for more complexity without muting the flavors that are offered by the other tobaccos within the cigar. So I personally really like using Ecuador tobacco as binder. Now let's talk about the fillers from Nicaragua and how those fillers play into the dance between the wrapper, the binder, and the filler, as I usually like to call it. So these fillers from Nicaragua offer an experience where the flavors that are happening with respect to what the wrapper and binder and fillers are doing together linger, right? It kind of just makes the experience work together, right? I mean, it's kind of a little bit tricky to describe it because it is a little bit nuanced, the role of fillers here. But what they do is that they allow the unfolding of the different layers of that oaky, the toasted oak that I brought up before, and the cocoa and bringing in kind of almost like a sweetness, but the sweetness evolves into more of like it's been described. I remember I had read this and I was like, this is perfect. Kind of like a baked apple type sweetness. And all of those flavors working together from the beginning to the end are facilitated by these wonderful fillers that offer, us this ability to create an experience where the whole time that you're smoking, you want to keep smoking, which is typically, what the goal is in developing a blend. Now, just to recap, how do these tobaccos work together? You have your wrapper from Connecticut, the Habano seed Connecticut, which offers that boldness, that toasted oak, that chocolate kind of subtle sweetness. You have the binder, keeping everything consistent, having all of those flavors remain throughout your whole smoke. And then you have the fillers from Nicaragua offering that kind of evolving experience as you go through the first, the second, and the third part of the cigar. I'm curious, when you smoke Pledge, what is it that you're tasting? Do you taste more of the dark cocoa? Do you taste that sweet apple? Do you taste, I guess, the toasted oak, or maybe something else? I'm always curious what everyone thinks about when they try Pledge, because it's just such a special cigar to us and to our company that most people who have tried our cigars have come across a Pledge and have smoked Pledge before. So keep watching, and if you have any feedback, any tips for me whatsoever, please let me know. It is a little bit tricky describing, I guess, the different taste, that one experiences, because it is somewhat personal. So, but I've talked to other people, and I know that a lot of the flavor profile that I'm sharing is something that is at least somewhat consistent with what our fans have told me about smoking Pledge. Take care, everyone, and don't forget, subscribe so you can learn all about our next videos right when they come up. Take care.